Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, text number 33. We'll also see text 34 because this is very small purport. So I'll just chant the verse myself and we all can chant text 34 together. Kalevaram Parashupis Chitva Tatte Vrajokashaha Dhure Kshiptva Vaya Vaso Yadahan Kashtaveshtitam. Translation. The inhabitants of Vraja cut the gigantic body of Putana into pieces with the help of axes. Then they threw the pieces far away, covered them with wood and burned them to ashes. Purport. It is a practice that after a snake has been killed, its body is cut into various pieces for fear that it may come to life again simply by interacting with air. Merely killing a serpent is not sufficient. After it is killed, it must be cut to pieces and burned, and then the danger will be over. Putana resembled a great serpent, and therefore the coward men took the same precautions by burning her body to ashes. Text 34. So please chant. Daihyamanasya Dehasya Dhumaha Cha Aguru Shaurubaha Utkitaha Krishna Nirbukta Sapadi Ahata Papamanaha Daihyamanasya Dehasya Dhumashchaguru Saurabaha Uthita Krishna Nirbukta Sapatyahata Papmanaha. Daihyamanasya, while being burnt to ashes, Dehasya, of the body of Putana, Dhumaha, the smoke, Cha, and Aguru Shaurabaha, turned into saintly scented smoke of the Aguru herb. Uthitaha, emanating from her body. Krishna Nirbukta, because of Krishna's having sucked her breast. Sabadi, immediately. Ahata Papmanaha, her material body became spiritualized or relieved of all material conditions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya, ISKCON BPT. Translation. Because of Krishna's having sucked the breast of the Rakshasi Putana, when Krishna killed her, she was immediately freed of all material contamination. Her sinful reactions automatically vanished, and therefore, when her gigantic body was being burnt, the smoke emanating from her body was fragrant like Aguru incense. Purport. Such are the effects of Krishna consciousness. If one somehow or other become Krishna conscious by applying his senses in the service of the Lord, one is immediately freed from material contamination. Srinvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Bhagavatam 1.2.17. Hearing about the activities of Krishna is the beginning of purified life. Punya Shravana Kirtana. Simply by hearing and chanting, one becomes purified. Therefore, in discharging devotional service, Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, is most important. Then, with purified senses, one begins to render service to the Lord. Rishikena Rishikesh Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. This is called bhakti. When Putana was somehow or other, directly or indirectly, induced to render some service to the Lord by feeding him with her breast, she was immediately purified, so much so that when her nasty material body was burned to ashes, it gave off the fragrance of aguru, the most agreeably scented herb. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिमत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनदारिणम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवीं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. दह्यमानस्य देहस्य धूमश्चागुरु सौरभः उत्थितः कृष्ण निर्भुक्त sapatyaha tapapmanaha. Translation: because of Krishna's having sucked the breast of the Rakshasi Putana, when Krishna killed her, she was immediately freed of all material contamination. Her sinful reactions automatically vanished, and therefore, when her gigantic body was being burnt, the smoke emanating from her body was fragrant like aguru incense. So, Krishna being absolute, Krishna's killing and Krishna's kissing is both same. Not always, there is some difference, definitely is there. But in one sense, it's absolute. Both yield same result. So here you can see Krishna is killing. Krishna has killed first demon in his pastime, Putana, and now how she became purified. So we are just seeing various verses, and Prabhupada in the purport, in the previous purport, so he was mentioning that when a snake is killed, what is the rituals? How usually people in India they burn it after it being killed. So I'm not sure in the West if this is a practice. Maybe they will arrest if you're advertising like this. All the animal activists. So I don't know what they will say. So, but the idea is it's very poisonous. So therefore, anything poisonous, we have to make sure that it is completely eradicated, completely killed. So that's the idea. We make sure that it doesn't manifest again. So that's the idea. So people here in India, they also burn when they kill the snake. And when they kill this Nalla Pambu, they call it one variety of snake, cobra. So then they wrap it with some white cloth or turmeric, milk sprinkled on the snake, and then they burn it maybe some mantras are chanted. Uh, so they are also representative of Lord and creations of Lord. So maybe just to avoid some sin incurred by doing so, maybe they follow these rituals. So snake is very envious. Nobody likes. And what is that verse which says that sadhu becomes happy? Yeah. So sadhu becomes happy when he sees the snake is killed. Mm. So such a poisonous creature. So we were all snakes, definitely. So when we were transformed from one body to another, millions of lives, 84 lakhs of species. So definitely we were snakes, termites, crocodile, 84 lakhs of species. We don't know who all killed. But when maybe we are killed by devotees, mm, so they will chant Hare Krishna. So you can chant Hare Krishna when you are killing a snake. mm, So that will definitely benefit the snake. So, so here Putana, we can see when she was killed, so her body was also cut into pieces. So we are discussing the aspect that how much Lord is merciful uh, to Putana. She came to give poison to Krishna, and she was given motherly post in Vaikuntha. So we actually glorify the aspect of Krishna's mercy. Definitely, it is the main part. But on the other side, we also can see that she was not purified just so easily. Mm. Just one touch. It didn't so happen, right? If you understand how the pastime went, how Putana was killed, imagine that uh, horror, right? She was crying, she was feeling pain, uh, so she was lamenting. uh, so she went through such a pain. So she was, Krishna could purify without any pain also, but he did give pain. uh, and she had to wait for so long from Vaman Leela. She desired that she wanted to give milk to Lord. And when was Vaman Leela? How many yugas before, and how many millions of years she had to wait to get purified, and so much of austerity, so much of purifications in the due course, definitely. So sometimes we expect purification just like that. Okay, I'm chanting now, immediately I should get purified. Putana got, yes, Putana was feeling so much pain. uh, Not so easy to get purified. Of course, in Kali Yuga, very easy process is there. Bhagavan doesn't kill in Kali Yuga because if he has to kill, then nobody will be spared. So only Kalki Avatar will do that job at the end. So otherwise, we can see it's purification takes time. Purification, we have to sweat. We have to work hard. Uh, it's not easy. Maybe an advanced soul, for him, maybe it's very easy because maybe he has already gone through a lot of purification. But most of the Kali Yuga Jivas, we have to endeavor. We sometimes a lot of pains. We, of course, it's our own karma. We are suffering. But then to get purified, it's not simply enough to undergo the karma process, which also purifies us. But we have to take pains of, uh, we have to sweat for Krishna. There may be some pains involved in services. So many devotees undergo a lot of difficult service. So a lot of pain is there, and such pain purifies us. The more the pain we take, the more purification happens. Uh, So Krishna could kill her without inflicting pain, but he did not do so. Hmm. So of course we all know the uh, the how you call Krishna in Vrindavan, he doesn't use weapons, right? The Vasudev Krishna in Mathura and Dwaraka, who has four hand form, he used weapons to kill demons. But Krishna, whomever he has killed in Vrindavan, he killed without weapons. Hmm. And in fact, I think our acharyas say that he doesn't attempt to kill them. It's a byproduct. Hmm. So just like Putana's example, Krishna was drinking milk, he didn't kill. He was drinking milk, but she died, you know. And then we'll see Shakatasura. Krishna was just kicking his legs like any small child, sleeping child. It keeps, uh, moving the legs, kicking the legs. So just like that, he was kicking, and Shakatasura died. Trinavarta, Krishna was hugging. First he was hugging, then Krishna was hugging, and that's it. He didn't do much. He didn't kill. He didn't use weapons. He didn't want to kill, but they died. It's a byproduct, you know. So if you see all these demons, it was just like a playful thing. Uh, so, but definitely it was painful. It was not that it was not painful. So purification takes a lot of pain. That is what is my point. Uh, so this Putana, we know she grew. I heard some devotees saying some 13 kilometer her size was. Was that so? Anybody told? 13 kilometer her size expanded, something like that. What was the size? Anybody remember? Huh? Very big. Yeah, that's true. 13 kilometers she grew, and then she fell down. And the devotee was telling that she exactly fell down. She was in Vrindavan, and Mathura was there, and then Kamsa had this beautiful garden, which was 13 kilometers long. So Putana fell exactly on that garden and destroyed all Kamsa's uh, fruits and trees and everything. And now they are Vrajavasis wants to cut Putana's body uh, and then burn it. So this death also, if you see in the Hindu tradition, there are a lot of rituals, and every ritual has some science behind it. Many things got concocted in due course of time, and some things are blindly followed. That's there. But then traditionally, if we see, everything has so many science behind. Even death, how you burn a body, what are the rituals followed after somebody dies. A lot of science involved. Uh, so these Christians, they bury the body, but we burn. So idea is the soul who comes out of the body, he develops detachment when he sees that his body is burned. He'll be he'll develop a sort of detachment. So these are a lot of science. Every ritual has science. The science is lost. People don't know. Things are just followed for the namesake. Uh, I I heard also that they dance. When somebody dies, when the body is taken around, there's a dance party, music party in the front. So somebody was telling that Jiva who came out, some few days it will be around. So when it sees that there is a dance and music party organized, uh, so it sees, oh my God, I die, instead of crying, they are dancing. What sort of life is this? So he gets more frustrated. So many things like this, so many rituals are there. I knew that there are some caste people, uh, they keep 7 days Bhagavat or Bhagavad Gita Saptaha after somebody dies. Mm. People come and hear as a ritual, and they keep chanting shlokas, and there are lectures organized. So I think maybe the jiva who left, he will also in subtle body hear those things, or whatever. So a lot of rituals are there, lot of science is there. Nowadays, everything is ritual. People have no clue why it is done. Uh, even this death rituals, nowadays they have this package system. Somebody dies, people are busy, there is no time to do these rituals. So there is package, there are exclusive people who do this job. There is premium package, and there is how you call normal package. So if you choose premium package, more people will come and cry for you and things like that. Maybe everything they come, everything they do themselves. Event management, all set of people is there. They just come, put pandal, they bring priest, they do the process. They cry for you, they play for you, they take, they bury, they plan everything. And next day simply you are not there. That's all. Sometimes in West we hear the neighbor even doesn't know that somebody died. And this is another point why they are carried around. This is to educate others. In India, when they die, they carry around. Procession happens. This is to educate everybody else. In West, we hear that somebody dies also, they don't know. Neighbor doesn't know. But here, the others will also reminded of Gita shloka, that life is temporary. Life is temporary. Anytime we may die. So people are reminded about their own death in a death ritual. So it's so in some way he is setting Gita's example. When he is living, maybe he didn't follow anything, but when he dies, he's inspiring others to follow Bhagavad Gita. In some way, he is useful to the society. So every ritual there is some science behind it, from birth to death, and even the language we speak. So many things, So Putana, so they, nowadays they share this, the newspaper wala prints the photo of the person after death, and then they say rest in peace, or Irai Nilai, attain the lotus feet of Lord, and then they share the location of the final rituals. So people have to come there and take part in so many programs like that. So I was wondering how they would send Putana's GPS location for the death ritual. And she was 13 kilometers long, from ISKCON Salem to the old bus stand or new bus stand, I don't know. So poisonous creatures are killed, and they are burnt, just to make sure that they don't come back. So similarly, there are so much of anarthas in our heart. Putana represents one of the anarthas. Each demon represents some anarthas. So these anarthas in the heart, they should be completely eradicated. Should make sure that not even little bit remains. If even little is there, then that will grow. Tumor, cancer, So when they remove the tumor, if the root cause is not removed, again the cancer grows. So anything like that, anything tamogun, tamas. So we have to make sure that it is killed, completely, eradicated completely. Any bad quality we have, any bad character, bad habit. So if we have still some remnants, in no time it will grow immediately. So in our sadhana bhakti, we should make sure that even if we have small anartha, we may think previously I used to watch 5 serials a day. Now I'm watching only one serial. So I'm advancing. Previously I used to watch all 50 overs. Now only highlights. So like that we may cheat ourselves. But then even if we have small anartha, that will grow. Tamas, tamogun, the nature is like that it grows in our conditioned life. Suotra Swami, Suotra Maharaj, I think used to give an example to explain how this tamogun quality, even if it is small, actually it is not small, it will ruin us. So he was giving example that once a lady comes to father and she says to father, Father, I'm just little pregnant. If she's little pregnant means she's gone. Little or big, she's already gone. She's pregnant. There's nothing like little pregnant. So tamagun is like this. I have only little bad quality. It's okay. Uh, some are uh, some are completely happy with that stage. Even they don't want to think of getting rid of it. For this lifetime, I think this is already too much. I got purified. Maybe so. ISKCON is there for 10,000 years. So why to be so fast? Let's take time, slowly get. So some are completely satisfied. They don't even make endeavors to get purified. They think this life is okay enough. So, but that should not be the case. So we should get purified. How? The next verse, the next purport, Srila Prabhupada explained, Srinivasa Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. By chanting and hearing of Krishna's name, anything comes in touch with Krishna, immediately we get purified. So Putana, she was a demon, she became a devotee just because of Krishna's touch. So as soon as the object Krishna touches, this transformation happens. You can see we keep water to the deities. It's an ordinary water, mineral water. So we keep that. So as soon as we keep it, it becomes tirtha. Ordinary food when you place in front of Krishna, it becomes prasadam. Ordinary fasting when you do for a Lord, it becomes upavas. So anything comes in touch with Krishna, immediately Yogamaya, Mahamaya, it's the same object, but when it is for Krishna, it is spiritualized. It is spiritual energy. It's not material energy. The poison becomes nectar. The ordinary name becomes nama. The place becomes dhamma. Everything is ordinary, but when it comes in touch with Krishna, it gets purified. The simple, ordinary building becomes temple. The stone becomes deity. The karma becomes bhakti. The activities, ordinary activities become bhakti. Money in their hand is Maya. Money in our hand is Lakshmi. Please give all the money. So, and Maya ruins them, Lakshmi liberates them. Very simple. Yoga Maya. You see, it's the same object, but when it is done for our pleasure, it is binding, and when it is done for Krishna's pleasure, it liberates. So Putana, she was a demon, but she became a great devotee. But nevertheless, we don't, recommend this process. And it's not so easy also to become such a big demon. And we don't keep our Agarbati company, Putana and co. We don't say that this is a favorable devotional service. It's unfavorable. But then she got purified because she came in touch with Krishna. So this should be the process that the more we chant, the more we hear Srinivasa Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam. So we develop piety. We get purified when we hear of Krishna. And to hear also we need some desire and some punya. We can see those who are full of Rajoguna, they cannot sit and read Prabhupada books. They cannot, they don't have that sattvic nature. Sit and read Prabhupada books. They may read newspapers. They may have reading habit. In Prajalpa, special energy comes. I don't know from where. Some Shakti comes immediately. Bhagavatam we open, some power is there. Immediately we sleep, some yarning, some power we can understand. What power we don't know, but some power is there. When we open Bhagavatam Gita, immediately, we get that special uh, Vayu. So Prajalpa, immediately some energy comes. But then we want to sit for Bhagavatam class. You can see mind doesn't allow. Hmm. Mind is not trained. There is no punya. They don't want to. Mind doesn't allow us to hear Krishna Katha. Mind doesn't allow us to read Prabhupada books. No? So this first canto, the shloka, Srinivasa Krishna Krishna. So you can see beautiful purport, Srila Prabhupada. Just want to read one text. So Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So Bhagavan says that he will help those who has this urge to hear Bhagavatam, to chant Hare Krishna. Now what else is required? Srila Prabhupada in the purport mentions that the Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. So here is a technique, how to go back home, back to Godhead. Lord says that he will help, and without his help it's not possible for us to go to Krishna's place. It's not so easy. It's very difficult. So with our own endeavor, there is a problem with yogis, Mayavatis, or Jnanis, even if they are authorized, if they don't take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, their going back home, back to God, it is a very tedious process, very difficult. So rather we can see here is a very simple process. Every day lend your ears, come and sit, read Prabhupada books, hear Krishna Katha. And those who don't do this, we can see they are going to suffer here. And they are suffering. We can see so many examples. Devotees who don't read regularly, who don't hear regularly, they don't do proper service. And then gradually they will go back to Maya. That is what is the reverse understanding. Krishna helps, then we progress. If Krishna doesn't help, then we cannot progress. So then if we don't have the urge to hear Krishna's message, so we have time for news, we have time for so many prajalpa, we have time for so many things, but there is no time, there is no eagerness, there is no urge to hear Krishna's message. So then how Krishna will help us? Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord Himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. Sometimes this is such an important thing. We have joined temple, we have joined ashram full time or whatever congregation. We have to absorb ourselves in reading Prabhupada books. Sometimes when we keep book and reading, people come to us and ask, "Oh, are you giving lecture tomorrow?" So seeing devotee with book in front of him becomes so rare that it appears only for lecture he opens a book. Others are asking, "Oh, you are giving lecture tomorrow?" So that means something unhealthy is going on. So this will not last long, that we can understand. So to become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. So powerful, we can see. Srila Prabhupada is telling how Krishna will help us. So if we are not sincere, If you are not serious, uh, if you don't read Prabhupada's books, if you don't take shelter of Krishna's instruction, Srimad Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavad Gita classes, then how Krishna will help? So Prabhupada was mentioning allurements. What are the allurements? Kanaka Kamini, gold, and Kanaka means gold. Kamini means beautiful. Three. To one devotee I was telling Kanaka Kamini, Kanaka Kamini. He's asking which Kanaka. I told. Kanaka means in accounts in Tamil. Uh, Kanaka means accounts. So I was telling Kanaka Kamini, Kanaka Kamini. Which accounts? I already showed my accounts. Kamini means show in Tamil. So innocent, he doesn't know the meaning of Kanaka Kamini. You know. So devotees are innocent. Krishna will help them. But Kamini means one who incites Kama. Kamini, Mohini, we can say Krodini. So all this lust, anger, greed, envy. So one who not necessarily Stri. So if a boy incites lust, he's also Kamini. I don't know, maybe grammatically it's wrong, but he's also inciting lust. So Kanaka means gold, attachment to gold and sex. So these are the allurements. So we should be very careful with all these allurements. So the more we develop our taste for hearing Krishna's message, the more we develop our taste, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam, engaging everything somehow or other. Engage yourself in serving Krishna, then the purification is possible. Then Krishna will help us. So then when they burn our body, fragrant smell will come apart from paneer sabji. So we'll have nice fragrance after death. Hare Krishna. So any questions, comments, mistakes?
You said that when you engage in devotional service, you have to get rid of the anarthas. And you said if you don't get rid of the anarthas, they will grow. You said that a couple of times. So if we're following the process of devotional service, how is it that the anarthas in the heart are growing? If we're following the process, shouldn't we not be worried about that? Why are they growing?
So I was just trying to give example of some devotees who are kind of satisfied with their level of devotion and they don't make more endeavor. They are happy. I am chanting 1 or 2 rounds. I was very sinful before, but now I'm pretty less than before. But I think for this lifetime, it's okay. And they don't show more seriousness. They stick at one level and they don't make more endeavors to get purified. So I was just trying to refer to such people
I was thinking that because those anarthas actually take the form of seeds, and when you're engaged in devotional service, you're watering the seeds. So all the seeds are getting watered, not just the bhakti lata, but so many other seeds. So that's why they're growing. So when they come out, you've got to pull them out. You've got to pull the weeds out, and then the bhakti lata will grow nice and strong. And like a garden in the garden, and you can't let the weeds grow. That's why they're growing. I was just thinking that.
Yes, bro.
A very nice class.
Sorry, bro.
I have a question very much in regard to this. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, applying his senses in the service of the Lord. So what does that mean? How to understand that? You can see in the purport.
Applying the senses in the service of the
Prabhupada
Lord.
says that applying his senses in the service of the Lord. So can you a little bit speak on that?
Engaging all our senses in service of Lord, eyes to see Krishna's beautiful form, hands to clean his temple, legs to walk in his holy place or engage in his service. So I think using all our senses and mind, uh, using all the senses and mind in Krishna's service, I think mean to engage in devotional service. Anything else? How you kill the snake?
Just to add one more comment, in the one of the, I think maybe Srila Jiva Goswami in his commentary makes one more point. He says that the power of the remnants of the Lord. So he says that the smoke, those who smell that smoke, for them all the sinful reactions vanished away. So he says that as an additional point. He says that this is the power of the Lord and his devotional service. The remnants are also so purifying. So that's why, as you explained in the class, that we smell the whatever that is offered to the Lord, we smell it, and then the garland also. Uddhava elsewhere in one of the verses in the Bhagavatam, he's inspired to wear the garland that is offered to the Lord, because that purifies one from all conditioning and like that. So that's the power of devotion. So so powerful. Then he says that so even this the remnants are so powerful in the direct process. How much more powerful it is. So this is a glory of devotional service.
Any other questions, comments? Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.